Hey, Ruslan on my video 98, which I just published a few days ago, is asking me a question. He's saying, could you please tell us a little bit more about the review process and how we should react to the audit results. The video was about software audits, which we do in Zerocracy, when people and projects come to us, software teams come to us, asking us to review what they have, review their artifacts, and then give them our opinion. And then they are supposed to use that opinion to improve the project and improve the software they develop. And that's why the question from Ruslan, he's asking how the team should react to the review report. And that's a really good question, because I think that many project managers and many architects are afraid of that type of audit, that type of review, because they don't know what to do with the results. They don't know what to do with the report. And those reports, they may look kind of scary. They may look annoying and quite traumatic. And let me give you an example of what could be in that report. We just finished a review just a week ago to a software company. And one of the points there, I'm quoting right now from the PDF report. I cannot show the full report because it's a proprietary documentation, but one point there is that the software is using too many dependencies, which are not used as dependencies, but instead their source code is being copied to the repository and modified inside the repository. So I think the problem is obvious. They're developers of this repository. They copied many dependencies into the repository and then modified them like libraries, frameworks, something like that, and which is a typical mistake and which may cause a lot of problems in the future when those dependencies start upgrading their versions, when they should upgrade them. And this repository will not be able to get that upgrade, and that's going to be desynchronized, unsynchronized with the main repository of those dependencies, and that will cause a lot of troubles in the future. There are not so many troubles now, but in the future they will definitely have problems. So we demonstrated that to them. We made it clear that this is an obvious problem. And now I'm asking myself what they will do with this report. I don't know what they're doing, but they will get that text and they will come back to the team. And their first reaction maybe is that we need to punish somehow the architect or the developers because they made it that way. We need to maybe change developers. We need to react somehow. We need to, react negatively to the people who work with that because they made a mistake. And that would be just wrong, I think, that approach of making people accountable for the mistakes which they already made and trying to punish them for the technical mistakes. Because look, you found those people. They work with your project for some time. They are trying to do the best they can, technically. And they made that mistake. They thought that this is the right approach. They thought that when they find the library and the library doesn't do exactly what they need, they just copy that code into their repository and modify it here. That's a mistake of a junior programmer. Many people do that mistake. I made it many times myself as well, like years ago. And it would not help if you punish that person, if you fire that architect, if you scream at them and make them personally responsible for those mistakes. It's not going to help, because the problem is not them, the problem is you if you're a manager. If you see in this report the mistakes we demonstrate to you, then it only means that you made some mistakes, you as a manager. You did not set up a formula, set up a procedure, set up a discipline on top of your people, which would prevent them from making those mistakes. You found those people, they have certain skills, they know what to do at certain level, they have their qualifications. And now it's your job to make sure that they perform at the quality required by your project. If we bring you the report and tell you that, look, the quality of your project is low, then don't blame your people, blame yourself for not setting the quality bar high enough. It's your fault. And ask yourself, does your project have the rules for the quality? Does your project has non-functional requirements for the architecture? Did you tell your people that they have to follow these and those technical guidelines for the architecture? You didn't. You just found them, you just hired them, you just put them on a on a payroll, on a salary, and then you expected them, you still expect them to deliver the highest quality. And now we show up with our quality expectations and we tell you that this is your quality level and this is how you can perform. This is where you are now and this is where you could be, you can be, if you change this and that. So get back to your programmers and ask them, don't tell them, but ask them, what do you guys think you could do, you can do now, you could do before to prevent that from happening? Don't correct it now, it's too late. You already are doing what you're doing. But tell me, you, the architect, the programmers, everybody, what do you think, guys, we all could do to prevent that problems from happening? And they will tell you that maybe we should introduce some more regular reviews, or maybe continuous integration, or maybe we need some more strict deployment protocols. I don't know. It's all about management. It's not about the quality of people. It's about the management layer, which is expecting those people to deliver something at some quality, at some quality level, and not being clear enough, not being strict enough, not being explicit enough in enforcing those quality rules. If you are explicit enough, then our report is not going to damage you anyhow. You would just look at it as an additional source of information to help you improve your quality control system. So the bottom line, the summary line, is that you do not come back to your development team, to your software team with our report, punishing them or blaming them for the mistakes they made already. No, you come back to them and ask them what they would suggest you and all of you together to improve in order to prevent similar problems or the same problems happening in the future. They will be only grateful if you do it that way. They will even ask you to review that stuff again in a few months and bring new information on board, because that will help everybody, them, you, the business, your customers, to raise your quality bar higher and improve the business. Thanks for listening. Don't hesitate to come to us for the audit for your team. You can find contact details below the video. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.